to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It's great to see a big crowd for an evening here. And, you know, it's still daylight. You might get out in daylight tonight. Haley, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Davis here. Mr. Basic.
Here.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Here.
Mrs. Gill.
Here.
Mrs. Clyde.
Here.
Mrs. Sherrill.
Here. Thank you. On pages 1 through 3, we have the minutes from the February 9th meeting.
I make a motion to approve February 9th minutes.
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Davis. Yes. Mr. Basic.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Sherrill.
Yes. Thank you. On pages 4 through 6, we have the February bank reconciliation. I think it was March 3rd, and Haley came in and said, I have February done. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the February 2026 bank rec.
Second. Oh, Beth can have it. Either way.
any discussion?
Yeah, I just have a question. Do you know what that adjustment was for?
There's probably a return to ACH.
The 260?
Yeah.
I would just say it should be on the back of the paperwork.
That would be, if I remember correctly, combined of 3 return ACH payments for this one.
Any further questions? Okay, great. Would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Davis. Yes. Mr. Basic.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Sherrill.
Yes. And then we have the vouchers for 2026 on pages 7 through 9.
I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers for February.
Second.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Davis. Yes. Mr. Basic.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Sherrill.
Yes. And finally, we have the February 2026 gas and ERUs on pages 10 through 12.
I'll make a motion to approve February 2026 gas and ERUs.
Second.
Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Davis. Yes. Mr. Basic.
Yes.
Mrs. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
Mrs. Clyde.
Yes.
Mrs. Sherrill.
Yes. Okay, thank you. As part of this year's celebration of America's 250th, I think you recall here at Council, it was sent to us by the United States Post Office to recognize our local postmistress, Miss Christine. So I have a proclamation which I will read unless Beth would like to read it.
No, go ahead.
Oh, there. If you want to come on up here, please. Get a picture for somebody. And I can't read this way anymore. I used to be able to read upside down, so I'm just going to take my time and read it for you. A proclamation recognizing the United States Post Office for its 250th anniversary. Whereas 2025 marks the 250th anniversary of the creation of the United States Post Office, the predecessor of the modern postal service, 1 year earlier than the founding of the country itself. And the U.S. Postal Service is operated as a basic and fundamental service provided to the people by the government of the United States, authorized by the U.S. Constitution and created by the Act of Congress to bind the nation together. And The universal service obligation as current law enables the population to receive equal and affordable services as a right of all people, and the Postal Service runs its own revenue created by postage and postal products and does not receive taxpayer money to run its operations. And due to its public mission, the Postal Service is the low-cost anchor of the $1.3 trillion mailing and package industry, which supports 7 million jobs across the country. And the Postal Service is an important source of good living wage jobs, and fair hiring practices and equal pay for equal work, and is one of the largest employers of veterans. And while communication habits are always changing, the USPS remains a vital source of communications, the exchange of ideas, financial transactions, private and secure correspondence, mail order, medications, mail-in voting, and e-commerce packages. And the United States Postal Service is owned by the people and is a wonderful national treasure, encapsulating the best of government of, by, and for the people. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Village of Macomb, Ohio, goes on record in support and appreciation of the role of the U.S. Postal Service to the American public on its 250th anniversary, and salutes the hard-working postal workers from all walks of life who serve the people and business community, and we support a robust and thriving public postal service for generations to come. That this body recognizes that the local presence of postal workers and postal facilities has been an essential part of our civic infrastructure, supporting small businesses, facilitating government services, and contributing to the quality of life and economic vitality of our community. We wish to honor the men and women, past and present, who served in the United States Postal Service with dedication in fair weather and foul, ensuring that every address in our region, state, and nation remains reachable and our national communication network remains resilient. Now therefore, I, Kathy Schroll, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the Village of Macomb, do hereby proclaim that the United States Post Office 250th anniversary will be celebrated throughout the year of 2026 in honor of their ongoing excellent service to the community. I don't know if all the Amazon packages that you get every day. I go in there and I see a pile of terrible. Now, you're more than welcome to stay if you want, or you guys can head out.
Go enjoy the sunshine.
Well, we are lucky to have Christina here. I know you are. You go over and beyond. I know. I'm up there daily. So we are very, very, very honored, to have you. So
Thankful we don't have one of those boxes that has just a number you have to drive up to.
yeah. So thanks, guys. Yep.
So thank you, Christina.
You're welcome, and I'll relay this to Ryan too. I know he appreciates it as well.
Yes. Yeah,
He's my backbone.
I just saw him the other day come out. There was somebody that couldn't come and get their mail, so he came out and gave it to him. I thought,
He
that's so
definitely
sweet.
goes above and
Yeah,
beyond.
he does.
He tends to give me a hard time, because I'm a team, but I'll let that go.
He said, we've been fighting this battle with you for years. It's getting real.
I appreciate the help.
I got you.
Thank you again. Macomb EDO, John, you had said you
Yeah, appreciate
wanted
it.
to have a little chat this evening?
Appreciate it. We actually have gone through some personnel changes at the EDO. We've got maybe a little bit better focus and vision moving forward. So we've got 3 things that we're looking to do, and 2 of those are still in the works on. Everybody's kind of had a little primer on it, but first thing that we're ready to talk about, we've got some money that we're going to be setting aside for downtown improvements. So we've already got some matching funds lined up, and I'm hopeful that we'll have probably $5,000 to $10,000 pretty quick here for whatever the village sees fit for a couple projects. That's it. Blank canvas, have fun, let's be creative.
Sounds good.
And then the next couple will be next meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Wait.
you. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Chuck, Northwest Water and Sewer District, downtown.
Hey, good evening, council. Nice to be here. First of all, in regards to Northwest Water District, I'm not here representing them tonight. I am no longer on the board. So you'll have to reach out. I think Ryan was the guy or whoever that, or if you want to reach out to me, I'll be
Sorry,
glad to
John.
help you in any way I can. But I do want to just bring up one topic with them. I hope everybody appreciated the 1.4% increase this year. You think about most utilities, they're 5 to 10%, and because of the way the district accounts for their money, and we really don't take loans out, we pay them off, and then we take new ones out. I just hope you can appreciate that's only $1.04 on a $100 bill. Me personally, I was very pleased when they came up with that, and I did vote for that this year, and they gave Macomb not anything more than anybody else. So that's all I'll say about that. What I'm here, and I always hated this as a mayor, when somebody come in and write on that sheet something and you think, oh, what the hell, they're here to bitch. I'm here to bitch. I came through the village yesterday, the other day, on the weekend. I visited Mom at Lipstick, and I have to tell you, I'm very disappointed to see all these buildings downtown being boarded, all the windows being boarded up. And it seems to me like there's more and more and more being boarded up. And I know that when I was mayor, it is really a fire hazard, and it's up to the fire marshal to deal with that. But boarding windows is not up to code for the Ohio Revised Code. And I just ask the council that you do something about it. I mean, these buildings already look bad enough, and I know it, I'm not here to bitch about that, but I am. But if you could do something about the boarding up, I mean, it's the sides, it's now the front, and it's just getting worse. So that's all my comments, and I hope you guys all have a great evening.
Thank you, Chuck. Anyone else that didn't sign up that has decided at this point they would like to have a voice? Okay, all right. Committee reports, then Haley, you had Parks and Recs on February 11th.
I'm so random. Okay, so we talked about Field 1, no date, end of March, early April, I think they said, with Greg's latest update, to go and redo Field 1. The other thing is we kept the school's contract the same, and then the Macomb Girls softball program wanting to add a batting cage between 3 and 4. I have been in contact with Greg regarding that, and we're ready to make the move whenever we can. I did get a quote for the concrete though, and that was at $2,900. So I have funds towards that, and I'm still hoping there's a couple more that come in, but I'm hoping we can get that covered and maybe in process sometime maybe this spring. Other than that, that is all I have for, the pool stuff. I think we talked about that anyway, but we have kept most of it the same. We extended, or we changed hours a bit, but other than that, yeah. That's it.
I do have an addition on the jailhouse update. I had someone stop by who had a connection to Ghost Town and talked to them personally, and they will be taking the jailhouse.
Oh, nice.
They know that it needs to be removed by May 1st.
How did we do that?
So I don't know how
Another
it's gonna
problem.
be. It's gonna look like a matchbox that fell apart, I don't know, but, so that's where that will be going.
That's good.
The stumps look nice too.
They've leveled it
Level up.
That looks really good.
So we need a motion to approve the Parks and Rec.
I'll motion to approve the Parks and Rec.
Second.
Any further discussion? Then would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Pazen?
Yes.
Mrs. Sensenmaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Gill? Yes. Mrs. Clyde?
Yes.
Mrs. Short?
Yes.
Okay, Mike, PMP from February 17th.
Yes. So, Just going over Chief's report here. Jeremy was present and provided to run some report to the board. And then also reported that that the tires are doing well, the new tires that were put on 152. And then also Greg Like thanked the chief for installing the new door locks on the building down there. And reported that he was able to purchase 5 new backboards and for the cost of $10 each from ProMedica, and he donated those backboards to the PMP. Those backboards are usually around $200 each, and this was a great savings.
Any questions for Mike on PNP? Okay, moving on to fire.
Okay. So, okay. So Sam was present at the for the 2/17/2026 meeting, and he gave some report. 18 runs, 3 were mutual aid. At this point, they don't have any new member updates, and they're expecting their grants that were in process that were awarded. Training reimbursement from the Ohio State Fire Marshal was awarded, and then other ones that we applied for they applied for were the State Fire Marshal. Chief has applied for a grant from them, and then Mickey from Nationwide's First Responder Grants, we applied for the gas truck. So that's what we have there.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on fire? Okay, now on to planning and zoning, Mike.
Yes. So on the 25th of February, we had the Planning and Zoning Committee, and we discussed ordinance 178.148, which was residential solar energy. And we looked at what needed to be updated in there because roof mounts wasn't an issue. Typically, contractors always have layouts and designs, so roofs aren't usually a problem, but the one that was a problem was the ground mount system. So we went through and revised our ordinance to be brought forward. And on that second page, you'll notice that revision, and a lot of those are where they're in bold print is what was provisions that were made to that document for the ordinance. And one of them that wasn't the big one that we didn't have was on the ground mount. They need to be that needs to be located in your rear lot, and then based off of that, the distance for the setback from the back of the line to the side of the lines and stuff like that, that really wasn't called out, and so we redefined that per our zoning district setbacks and to state whichever is greater. Because one of the things that we talk about in there is the height requirement of not to exceed 15 feet on the tilt. So if you're 30 feet, that 15 feet don't apply for a setback on the side, on the back. But some of the lots on the side lots, they're 10 feet, 5 feet, possibly in that range. So it's based off the height for the setback based off the side. So just a lot of it was clarification. You see on the back side the highlights, the key upgrades, which makes residential rooftop solar a use by right, and it's non-conditional hearing. Provides clear setbacks and height rules for the ground-mounted systems. Loosens the visibility for restrictions, not an outright ban if visible, and then adds decommissioning requirements also in there. We added that as well to avoid abandoned panels. So if, some panels are bad, they're not working, that we can have the right to have those decommissioned. And then the other thing is the updates to technical references for the NEC and Ohio building codes as far as the lighting.
Okay, so Mike, that's going to go back to planning and zoning for final approval. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. Yep.
you with?
I can, oh, yeah, I can email it to you.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Under new business, we had the, originally we had the partnership, about putting up the pergola downtown in the green space, I know we had those discussions. And then also, it was asked if the village had any involvement with the bank, and at that point, it was noted that we do not have any involvement with the bank, but I know we've had discussions.
We do have a little involvement. Didn't think we would,
Yeah.
but we will be sharing that here in a little bit.
Yep.
Any questions for Mike? If not, then we'll need a motion to approve planning and zoning.
Make a motion to approve the planning and zoning minute.
In a second.
We'll do them. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. Okay, motion passes. Beth, moving on to finance
Yes.
for March 9th.
Yes, we just had it
We
today
just had it.
at 5:30. I do have my minutes. Oh, hey! They aren't printed. So, we went over the permanent appropriations. Sarah did make a motion to approve the permanent appropriations that Haley gave us, and Mike seconded it, and so we all approved. So we just wanted to bring it to council to get the approve the permanent appropriations. I don't know if everybody has the list of that.
I think we have to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to, or do we do the minutes first?
We'll
and
do
then
the minutes
individual?
first.
And then we'll do that? Okay,
Because I
perfect.
think you have a list.
Yes, I
Like
do,
4 of them.
yep, okay, and then we also discussed personnel. We had also made a motion to make Haley's pay rate at $25 an hour starting May 1st, 2026. And also, the committee also went over the job posting of the utility clerk / administrative assistant. The committee approved the job posting, and Kathy will post the position tomorrow on 3/10/2026. And we also discussed the health insurance policy. Committee decided to amend the resolution. We're either going to amend it or make a new one, so we're going to discuss that with you. So, yeah, decided to amend Resolution R 2024-06. Just if the new hire, if we get a new hire full-time, and if the spouse or the family comes onto the health insurance, the employee then will be responsible to pay 10% of the premium for the spouse and / children. So we don't know if we need to amend that or if we need to make a new resolution for that.
Why the amendments, if that's the only thing you're doing?
Just adding another
It's
number,
adding.
number 3.
Okay, so, and let's see. And then, also, Sarah also made a motion to enter into a contract with Advanced Excavation Demolition to do the water and sewer at the park, and to give Greg up to $79,000. And wanted to bring that to council as well.
So the first thing we'll do is approve the minutes.
A motion to approve the finance minutes for March 9th, 2026.
Second that.
Any further discussion on that? I will say on the job posting for the utility clerk / administrative assistant, we did decide the hourly rate would be 15 to 18 to be posted. It is on your paper, but it was originally a question mark, but it's on there at that amount.
If anybody has any questions on that.
Okay, I will have you call the roll for that since it's pretty detailed.
Mrs. Davis? Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Enschmaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Gill? Yes. Mrs. Bly?
Yes.
Mrs. Sheriff? Yes.
Okay, Haley, get your writing hand ready here. We'll need a motion then to approve the permanent appropriations.
I make a motion to approve the permanent appropriation.
Second.
I'll second that.
I think
Jamie got it.
We can
Jamie beat you.
second and third it.
I didn't hear her, so, okay, you're good.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the next one is the $25 an hour, beginning on May 1st, 2026.
I'll motion to approve Haley for $25 an hour starting May 1st as a fiscal officer.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The next one is the job posting for the utility clerk administrative assistant.
I'll motion to post the utility clerk job at the $15 an hour range.
No second.
Any further questions or discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the next one is to amend, 24-6, right?
Yeah, 2024-06.
06, that we are looking at having a 90-10% for any new employee that their spouse or children are not able to take insurance through their employer.
I'll make the motion to amend ordinance 2024-06 for the 90/10 split.
Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. And the last one is to approve Greg Light as the village administrator to hire advanced construction?
Advanced excavation demolition.
Advanced excavation demolition for the water and sewer out at the new community center.
I'll motion to allow Greg Lake to hire advanced excavation demolition for the water sewer department.
Any further discussion or questions?
There's a dollar amount on that, right?
Yeah, what was that dollar amount?
79.
79?
Up to that.
Up to 79.
Up to 79. You wanna make sure you have that in there.
Jamie, I second.
Any further questions? Thanks for adding that, Sarah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Now, under old business, we do need to formally accept the resignation of Melanie Lee. And I believe that's located on page 13.
I'll make a motion to formally accept Melanie's resignation.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. Okay, thank you. New business. Do we want to talk about new business? It's too bad Chuck left.
Before it got exciting.
There's the front and the back, which on these. Got the old picture here. There you go. Did I pass you? Wanna share? Okay. Greg and I have been in contact with Phil Downing, who is Downing Development out of Columbus. And is kind of working with a lot of the entities involved. And Phil sent us this update actually today. I'm not gonna read it word for word, but there has been some movement toward revitalizing our downtown. The initiative involves the village, and it reflects the facts on down there. A coordinated effort is underway to pursue the National Register of Historic Places designation for the Macomb Main Street Historic District, and to position downtown Macomb for historic tax credit supported rehabilitation. It's being advanced by a partnership of private, nonprofit, and public sector entities. And below there, you can read each of the entities that are involved so far. Obviously, he's talked to the Village of Macomb, and we are all about the center downtown. He has been working with Macomb Development Group. It's a private entity that the principals are Mark Glass and Joe Washington for our primary private sector clients. Macomb Development Corporation, I think it's the Macomb MEDO. So that wording might be a little bit different than what we're used to, unless they have changed. Have they changed wording, or is it still the Macomb EDO?
During the transition from some changing of the guard, if you will,
Yes.
a few of the documents that should have been filed with the state to maintain a doing business as weren't filed,
Okay.
so it reverted back to its original name. That should be rectified within the next probably month and a half.
All right.
To go back to Macomb EDO.
So it will be Macomb.
Economic development.
Okay.
Yes. And now you know our second thing that we're doing, so there you
Yeah.
go. Okay.
They have recently met, as John said, there has been some change in the leadership. Carrie Moore, Laura Butler is the new president. John is the vice president. I know Tyler is back on that, and he's
Strategic development.
Okay. I'm not sure who the other players, but Joe has stepped away from that particular group. The Naylor Wellman LLC, this is two gals. They're from Ohio, woman-owned business enterprise. They specialize in historic preservation, National Register nominations, tax credits. They have a pretty good website. We kind of looked it over. And then the final one is Phil Downing from Downing Community Advisors. I will tell you that Stewart, who was the Arlington and Macomb branch for West Banco, was very active when they did this down in Van Wert. I've talked to Stewart. Both Greg and I really like this Phil. He's very, very down to earth. Bright, but down to earth. So then we'll switch to the agreement status. The agreement with the Macomb Development Group is fully executed, so that has already been checked. Signing on the dotted line with Downing is very close to happening. These gals would be filling out all the paperwork for the National Register nomination. If you see, the target is April of 2026, so we're not wasting a lot of time here to try to get that first one in. If you don't make it the first time, it's my understanding you get several more times. I think they put that on down there. I'm kind of just ad-libbing from what I recall.
Yeah, September.
Is this, okay, the target date is September?
Yeah,
So that would be for announcements and review, I would assume.
Yeah, review dates.
And John, you can pipe in any time if you,
Sure.
I know you've been a part of that.
Sounds accurate so far.
Okay, good. That's why I handed it out, because I wanted accuracy for everyone here on council.
I think you need to say that this Naylor Wellman is going to be having public meetings, what the historic district means, what that means for somebody who has a building down there that may not want to be involved in that, all the avenues, they're the ones that are going to explain all that to the people in that district and to the residents.
The other thing, they have been very successful in past at seeking these nominations and receiving them, which is a positive, very positive. I guess the why, being able to list as a National Register of Historic Places, they are able to qualify for rehabilitation projects within the district. It's a 20% federal historic preservation tax credit and up to 25% Ohio historic preservation tax. So obviously, it will help bring some funding, which I think that has been part of the holdup. And I guess you can kind of read the next steps there. I know that Phil mentioned he has a meeting coming up with some of the partners, and will keep us apprised as to where things stand. But it seems like it could be a very positive thing for this village. The other thing that Greg and I have kind of looked at and talked about, since we do have the Downtown Review Board, in looking at some of those things, yes, we can force the Design Review Board could say, okay, we expect you, the boarded up buildings, we've seen the pictures of some of the plastic shutters that are over them. To drive through town, I think that would look much better than boards. So I think we kind of are in a time capsule here where we're kind of just seeing what happens. You had an awesome, somebody who knows how to do AI, of the awnings had just taken in place like the sheet metal over them just to dress them up and cover up those green shingles. Even that alone, just as a drive through town, would really make a big improvement.
The signs that are hanging half down, those need
to go as well.
I guess my question is, okay, we get this passed, say we get it on this timeline that we're hoping for. Obviously with historic preservation, there's a million hoops to jump through, but when do we start to see action from the private entity?
Is it 27?
Without being held exactly to a firm timeline, just loose.
Okay.
The idea would be that after you have 1 full year of your application, assuming the approval happens, at that point, as soon as you hit the register, you're allowed to seek private investment. So, sorry, I'm just getting over the thing, so I apologize. So let's say that somebody were to buy the antique store, okay? They want to put in $500,000 worth of upgrades. It is ballpark 45% reimbursable after the money is spent. So it truly depends on what the investment appetite is at that point in time, but it really takes down the kind of high prohibition right now of price tags for getting things moving. As long as you've got some backing up front, you've got a nice chunk coming back to you, assuming that you hit the 11 standards for the interior.
So we can do all this, but it's still up to the people who own the buildings to do stuff to the buildings.
It is. Now, there's one thing that I don't think that they've addressed, unless you haven't gotten to it yet on that letter. We already have a review board in place with this preservation district on the register. That's the second of 3 things that need to happen. The next would be council then would have a way of tracking the buildings. At that point in time, that opens us up to federal dollars to come in, and we would have advisory for free. We would have outside investor pool for free. It really puts Macomb's name out there as a village that wants to do something. So we've already got half of this already done. We just want to get this next year in place. And then assuming that the council wants to, the next phase then would be that you could apply for these additional funds, which are not tied to private anything. That's government straight to the village to help guide and direct what their vision is for that district, which would work in tandem with the review board.
But the individual owners are applying, we're not, the city, the village isn't applying for anything.
Village is not, and we made sure that we are also 100% separate on all contracts with the entities that are involved. The one thing we did not want to appear for anybody, and I'm here to tell you right now, is that if we're, as the EDO, is going to be putting in some money to get this project started, it did not want to appear that it was just a favor for any of the majority of the building owners' buildings. So it's a separate contract. We'll have separate meetings. The development group is going to be doing a large chunk of the cost themselves. We went through and just said, nope, we're not paying for that, we're not paying for that, we're not paying for that. They're paying for a chunk. We're going to be paying for the actual work, for the actual registration process and research. Spoke briefly with Deb about having a local historian in our back pocket because we love her. We're also hoping that we could reduce some of the costs outlay that the EDO would incur by utilizing pictures, documentation, possible Kleinfelder study that was done for the original grant that was written. So I think that from a kind of 2 or 3 front punch, we could get this done for reasonable dollars, and then at that point, it's sky's the limit. There's no excuses at that point in time. Everything's in place for development, and we've done everything we can humanly do.
At this point, does the Macomb Development Group know this is happening? Are they
Yes.
on board of all of this?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Macomb was.
If the Macomb Development Board knew this was happening, if they were on board?
Yes.
Okay.
And are they, I think somebody who is very connected with them and very representative of them used the quote, Macomb is a lost cause on a public forum. And so I want to make sure that if we're going through all of this, that
They're
like
serious.
are they serious, or can we amend this bridge? Can we, you know, unfortunately, it's not exactly fair that our squeaky wheels on Facebook is getting put out there as a representation of our village as a whole, and obviously we can't control that, but when one of their main stakeholders is out there using terms like, you're a lost cause, that's really disheartening.
And I don't recall that exact one that was on.
Oh, that was a new one, it happened in the last 3 days.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still going.
Oh, it is?
Oh, it's up to
Okay.
113 comments.
Oh. I guess I'll have to get on Facebook.
Yeah.
So let them know on Facebook anymore.
I think it was, in my opinion, probably a very big step for the past head of the EDO to step out of that and give it to the 2 gals and this Phil. Mark Blass has used Phil before when he did the study for that development out there, the housing study, that was done by Phil. So, I know Carrie Butler does intend to come to council once she's a little further up to speed. She just didn't feel like tonight she was ready enough. But we wanted to share, and Phil prepared that. Those are the facts as of today.
Exciting.
Is it in the perfect world? Probably not. But very few villages have one person who has the monopoly on all the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is a way to get some movement, I don't know what else we can do at that point.
Just that that we get to see the movement, that's the.
I don't think Phil's one to slack.
No.
But he's
I
been
think-
like Phil
I-
put in all of this work and then it still be,
Left in the hands of.
yeah.
I think Mr. Blass is probably behind a lot of this and moving it forward.
Good. That's what we want to see, things moving forward.
Anything else on that one that you can think of?
The EDO's gonna take
Well, we might as well get bank under new
forward
business.
face on it, and then we're gonna be bringing in some stakeholders every 2 to 3 months just to have a
Obviously,
conversation.
I did read that on Facebook, that, you know, I should have never let the bank close.
That's what it started with 113.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Well, I was just, you know, I think all of us were all
You'll never get that time.
I didn't even know.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Is
Sure.
that- Okay, I'm on that 113 comments,
Oh,
and our fuel of our frustration, and I didn't plan on even talking, I came for Christina, but here I might as well stay. My frustration is the meeting that I know that my son and daughter-in-law have had with that person, and they made all these plans, and they spent weeks and weeks and weeks lining up resources just to have him drop the ball, and that was the frustration, and a lot of people have that frustration on there. So, a lot of the attitude is nothing's gonna happen in this town, and I know you see that, but they're gonna, like somebody over there said, they need to see action before they're gonna buy into it, so.
I feel that probably the people that are involved at this point are gonna bring the action.
I hope so.
You should
We
see
were
some
just
movement in the next
as
month.
upset on all of that everyone else was. We can't control or force things as others can, but the frustrations across the board, I think, and, you know, we all want downtown to change and it'd be good. We're pushing for it. I mean, this is a step in the right direction.
And I think we have the CRA, and I think we all have said, if they would have come to us with a downtown project,
Right,
we
right.
probably would have felt differently than the triplexes. And you know, if we can get this rolling and the knowledgeable people that have experienced in all of this, I think it's a positive step for Macomb. And I just hope I get to see it.
Well, I'm definitely going to do my homework. I've never heard of some of this before, so I will definitely,
Good.
to look into that and
Good.
hopefully,
There'll be plenty of work coming down the pipeline next month.
absolutely. No, great. Thanks, John.
You bet.
Last week, I had a gentleman who grew up here in Macomb. I think he's lending for a bank. He reached out to me and wanted to know if Greg and I would be willing to sit down and discuss the option of a bank coming here to Macomb. We checked our calendars, and I believe it was last Thursday. Of course, that folder I have is still on my desk. Last Thursday, a CEO from a bank, a community bank, not a big, humongous bank. I believe there's 14 branches that they have. Most of them are in small towns. Leipzig, Ottawa, Columbus Grove, Findlay. They are in Findlay. Came in and sat down for what, an hour and a half?
Yes.
They would like to be here. They would like to be on Main Street. I did some additional checking. It appears that the bank current brick and mortar will probably be for sale, but there will probably be a clause in it that it cannot be a bank for 18 to 24 months. I'm sure that's Westbanco business. I looked at some of the other places where they have closed, West Virginia, Southern Ohio, and most of them all have a clause in them, which again is just business as usual. This particular bank would like to come here
I'd like to have something up and running before this bank closes. So we're talking before May 22nd. Looking at Main Street, there's really only one particular option. It would be a drive-through with a canopy, with an interactive teller in Columbus Grove. It would be a start. If things look good, then they would be interested in maybe down the road brick and mortar. The only spot that both Greg and I could kind of look at and come up with is the lot that the VFW owns across here. They are not interested in selling. They are not really wanting to buy. They would like to lease, which could be a win-win for our VFW to have some monthly income. It would only be one drive-through, not multiple. I've talked to the school because the big players in town that use it, the bank's not allowed to tell you, just so you know, that they were very good. They didn't tell me. The school, the VFW, Dollar General, both of the gas stations, the dentist office, we use it.
Pretty sure Campus B2 have this too.
I didn't get that.
Albany at the farmer shop there.
Okay.
where She said she was over there to get changed.
So, the hours that you would have the interactive would be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They would have a full service ATM 24/7, which I've heard people, I'm old school, never used one.
You've never used an ATM?
Like never?
I've never used an ATM, never.
Never ever?
Never ever. So, yeah, I still write my checks. I do a few deductions now, but we're still in the mode to discuss it. The VFW, I've talked to Maury. Maury has spoken with the CEO. The VFW has a meeting on Thursday evening at 7:30, and I do plan to go to that. I think they're going to have some drawings and some possible business that they want to talk about with the lease with the VFW. That's their entire business, that's not ours. But following that, if things were to come, then Mike, we probably would be looking for a planning and zoning meeting on the following Wednesday.
Yep.
They want to do all the PR, they want to do everything. They were very adamant about wanting to be a partner. You
They want to be part of the community. Why it's called a community bank. You know, they want their name on the scoreboard out there. They want their name in the gym. They want to do things for the community. So
They have, when First Fed closed, they like to go in and find out in the community who the best tellers and employees of the bank, and they would be looking to do that here as well. Is it perfect? No. But you know what? It could be better than nothing, and it could lead to something down the road.
My wife ended up building being available in 18 to 24 months either.
but we didn't really.
The
It's
gal.
there. It's there. I think is there.
Right.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the
That was
deciding
not,
factor
no.
that
They may do brick and mortar and still continue with that. There are a couple spots that there might be big enough on Main, a couple of areas that they possibly could squeeze one in, or the old VFW. We've done a lot of brainstorming these last few weeks, or
So West Banco's got a stipulation that can't,
that is
can't
my
be a bank for
understanding.
18
Of course, they're
months.
not going to tell you right up front. But if you'd like to call Amy Hackenberg, maybe you can find out, because when she called me, do you know, is that his wife? Oh, there's our connection. She wanted to know if I knew of anybody that was interested in it, to give her a call. So,
I would think that for West Bank, they would want to sell it. I mean, I can't
well,
imagine
they
them
have
losing it.
sold
Yeah.
in other places,
Yeah.
but they don't want somebody coming in and taking all of their accounts.
We don't want him to leave. We didn't ask him to leave.
No.
Yeah, I get that.
They're not gonna have a choice. They're closing it up, they're leaving,
Mhm.
they're gonna lose people.
Mhm.
Bottom line.
But I think the goal would be to try to get some people on board before they do close. I did tell them that if they wanted to use the back room here to set up new accounts, I didn't care for now. To transfer and do that type of thing.
Thought about here, yeah. I almost thought about here.
Pardon?
That's what I was thinking was here, if they wanted to set up here. But that, I mean, that's up to us, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the VFW has to say.
Yeah.
Because they are the key. I know, when I talked to the school, Linda Clymer is very interested. By law, we have to deposit in 24 hours, I believe. And sending somebody to Finley or another place every day, depending on, you know, who we might hire for the utility clerk. But there's days that we might need some more ones, or we need some change. It's easy to walk over there and go, hey, can you take this 20, I need 21.
Same with the post office.
Does the
She's
post
always
office?
needing.
I bet, yeah, absolutely.
That'll be a big problem if
Yeah.
they lose that.
So, in the perfect world, we would have a brand new bank, just would move in there, and life would move on. But for right now, I say it's better than nothing. And I hope that the BFW, if it's a win-win for them. I know that they're on a land contract, and I don't know how all that works out, but that's not for me to figure out. That's for the lawyers. So.
So when they do a little pop-up thing or whatever, so,
They're gonna do it all.
but we would have to have accounts with them, right? So everybody would have to go open a new account with them, and would that be fair? Or would it be
I
at one of
don't
our
think you
bigger
can
branches?
open up an account on the interactive. It's a big TV. He's actually gonna bring a video Thursday night, because I said, you need to see all this stuff. There's a live person that you pull up, you push a button, this live person shows up on the screen. Hey, Haley, how can I help you today?
So I guess my thing is, if, say people do this, open up an account, whatever, and then they decide in 2 years that they don't want to, so then, you know, everyone's back to square one, they don't.
Well, let's hope the people that are the loudest on Facebook that said nobody ever supports Macomb, now's their opportunity. You'll know. You'll know.
I like that it's not a big branch and so many times.
No, they're not a big, they're definitely not big at all. Some of you may know Justin Burris. He had worked over here, he graduated from Macomb, his mom worked over here. He worked there, he stuck with them from, was it Premier, no, First Federal to Premier. He stuck with them, and then when West Springfield came in, he could see some changes and he moved along. And he's at this other bank. So, if you look up banks in Lipstick, if you look up banks in home base and Columbus.
I'm all over it, Kathy.
All
My
Facebook
fingers
stuff.
are on fire.
Yeah, Paulding.
They're also in Paulding.
Yeah.
Ooh, all
Columbus
right.
Road is-
I like a challenge.
Is their home base.
Yes, yeah.
I had one in mind, but it
Starts
wasn't
with
that
a
one.
U.
Got it.
Okay.
I knew from the
Sounds like-
minute you said
looks like-
lipstick. I knew.
What,
And I, no, I
Columbus Grove, yeah, my sister-in-law works there.
What about the old diner down there temporarily?
I don't know about the security. I do know one thing.